my name is Jeff Lavari. I work for Cirque du Soleil out of our resident shows division offices in Las Vegas. So for this show, we felt very strongly that we needed to be able to invite people in to see a little bit behind the scenes, what actually goes into making a show of this magnitude happen 2 times a night, 5 nights a week. So in that vein, we decided we wanted to do a backstage tour, which we do for some shows and not for others. And for this one, it happens after second show, currently for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday performances, and we may be looking to expand that as well to our Wednesday and Thursday shows. So there is so much stuff happening in this show, and while it is stunning to watch it from your seat while it's on stage, you're going to get to see some really special things up close, things that were created uniquely for this show, both by Cirque for this show and by Disney Animation for this show. And those are things that, while they are referenced in the show, I think when you get to see them up close, it will really occur to you how incredibly special it is. So for anyone who is a Disney Animation fan, anyone who's a Disney in general fan, there are some really, really special things in this show. And then, of course, on the Cirque du Soleil side, for us, we couldn't be more proud of the show. It is absolutely a crown jewel in our portfolio. It is absolutely beautiful, and we're just thrilled to be able to introduce this to everyone.
Yes, these ones right here. These are the seats. Also, they are right next to the ADA accommodating seats. So these seats would also be available. So it's 9, or if we use the ADA seats, up to 11. Creative company that was founded in Montreal, Canada in 1984 by a group of street performers, public entertainers, right? It has currently grown, obviously, into this big, beautiful entertainment giant. We currently have 10 touring shows and 8 resident shows in popular tourist destinations like here in Orlando, Las Vegas, Riviera Maya, Mexico, and we actually have a 9th resident show coming up later this year in Honolulu, Hawaii. Which, as you can see, our stage here is an enormous animation desk. Specifically, Julie's father's animation desk from the show. You can see his pencil cup over here, which is where our lucky pencil pops out at the top of the show. Over here, you can see a pencil sharpener, and then all of these beautiful pages. And you can see up into the flies where we keep some of the acrobatic apparatuses as well, that there are a whole bunch of pages that ascend and descend throughout the show, carrying all of that beautiful projection on them throughout the show. All right, open the door for the person behind you. I'm going to keep myself in the front. And we're ready to hit it. Let's go. Hi, friends. How's it going? All right, everybody come on in. We're going to, I think, file this way. Second show of the night. Perfect. Incredible. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, everybody, if you would follow me, we're going to be heading further on to this floor and into some backstage areas. Right this way. Goodbye. All right. The first stop we're passing as we head through this floor is our wall of signatures. Now this is signed by every artist, technician, creative, and crew member who works on Drawn to Life. The gold signatures are people who originated their roles in the show. The silver signatures are people who joined the cast or crew afterwards. We'll stop here. This is all the incredible artists who bring it to life. We have 75 different performers in the show. They are from 18 different countries. And here at Cirque, we currently employ, at Drawn to Life, 158 different creatives, technicians, performers, and handsome tour guides. Come on in. Take it a little further back. So this floor has a lot of different elements on it, some of which we're going to see and some of which we're going to skip because they're boring. But if you come on through here, these are our creative offices over here on the right that we're going to be passing. And we're going to be heading toward wardrobe, which I think is really cool because the costumes in this show are absolutely insane. Now, wardrobe is quite the operation here at Drawn to Life. There are over 700 different costume pieces used in each individual show, and about 2,500 costume pieces in the building at any given time. Our wardrobe department is in charge of taking care of all of the headpieces, the wigs, the costumes, the outfits for every single performer in the show. You actually can see our shoe department is right here on your right. And then we'll be walking past. We can actually keep moving a little further down so everyone can get a view of our wardrobe friends. Come on through, you'll see that this is normally our dance studio during the day where the performers train, but then the night before we turn it into this large drying room. So a traditional dryer would damage any of the outfits that we use in this show. So we do hang them all up to dry here in the dance studio and put some powerful fans on them. You also can see in the back corner there, that is Menemy. That is our giant hand puppet. All of the costumes at Cirque du Soleil start white. We actually either custom screen print or custom dye every single thing that's in the show. That way that we can use, like nice breathable fabrics. So yeah, every artist in the show does do their own makeup. They are all taught. They take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. The longest makeup transformation in the show is Miss Hesitation, who is our delightfully delicious villain. Her makeup process takes, it's about 24 steps, and it right now takes Emily, the artist who plays her, about an hour to do the full face. Yeah, during integration, when we were first learning it, it was taking about 2 hours. Yeah. All right. Come on in. Open the door for the person behind you. I'm going to stay in the front. All right, everybody, come in and turn to your right here. Welcome to the pit. Come on through. We are currently directly underneath the stage. Yeah. So all that banging that you hear upstairs, that is, well, you can see on the monitor, that's swing to swing happening right over our heads. Right here, you'll see our 2 lifts. So these are hydraulic lifts, right? So they do go all the way up to the stage, and they actually go about, the top of them goes about 16 feet into the air above the stage, which allows some really dramatic moments for our performers to rise really high up into the air. A lot of the stuff on them is on loan from the Disney archives. And you know how the mouse gets. So this side over here, this is from our Dream of Color segment, which is a tribute to Disney legend Mary Blair. Show of hands, is anyone familiar? The original Walt Disney Studio, the animation was done all in black and white and pencil. And then later, the color was added in by our ink and paint department. The animation department was a bit of a boys' club, and a lot of the women of the studio worked back here in ink and paint. You can kind of see it was this sort of paint-by-number process where they had to fill in the color on each individual cell of animation. So you have the show's band is represented as a music box on here. The different acts, the teeter board is represented by that little seesaw-looking ruler and rubber bands up there. The little owls represent our owl performers who do the double wheel up here. If we look right up here, you see this box? There's you see that super duper small hole in the top of the stage? Like it has like a little pull cord. That is a trap door that Salo, who plays our aerial pencil, actually there's this thing where like all the desks move and suddenly he's just there. He comes out of the floor and he fits through that shoebox size hole. Oh. Yeah. Right up there, and that's how he appears on stage. And we're gonna walk upstairs and actually walk into the physical backstage area. Same thing, we are once again entering a safety critical area. Please stay close, travel as a group. We're gonna head on in. Hi. Hi fam, how are we? Good. Come on in, folks. Please watch your step as we walk on through here. So as you can see, they're currently they're doing training for the double wheel routine, which we call the Old Mill. Shows make beautiful moments like that one. Right over here, these are all of the harnesses that we use in the show. Every performer does have an individual harness. They are all thoroughly inspected before every performance. They are super high-grade climbing harnesses that are meant to carry a lot more weight than we have them carry in the show, and also we're used to like a fraction of their recommended use. We have top-of-the-line safety equipment to make sure that when folks are doing stuff like that out there on the stage, that they are absolutely, completely safe. Now these big boys, these are called the comforting sheets, and they are really, really rad. Take a look at these little guys. These are our tracker dots. So all the costume pieces in the show, a lot of the puppets, a lot of the set pieces, have these, and they're actually like they're similar to like what you would do in a motion capture in a Marvel movie, right? So there are not in addition to a bunch of projectors being pointed at the stage, there are also a bunch of cameras pointed at the stage that are positioning the exact location of any of these dots at any given time, right? The cool thing about these comforting sheets, and the reason that they use this technology, is that when they come shuffling out, they actually carry projection that have Disney characters on them. And because of these tracker dots, we're able to locate their exact position on stage, so even if the performer who is puppeteering the sheet kind of hits the wrong spot a little bit, the projector hits it perfect every time. So in the show, Julie's like Jiminy Crickets. The consciences that are her guide are 4 animators that her father used to work with. They are all tributes to animators. They're all sort of tributes to the 9 Old Men. Apricot, who is the female animator, is a tribute to Mary Blair. Their names are Apricot, Camaleon, Joe, and Picablo. And these are their desks in the show. One of the cute things about these is that every actor who has played this role has added something to the desk. Yeah, so every time we bring in a new actor to learn one of these animator tracks, they get to pick a cute little object, and then over at Cirque headquarters, they fabricate the prop and they put it on the desk so that actor is forever a part of it. The original guy who played Camaleon, I never got to work with him, but apparently he put a picture of his girlfriend on the desk, and then they broke up. So. And that is the tribute to Lanuba. But yeah, Lanuba ran here for 17 incredible years. It was a really great show. And we in 2015, they really started being like, okay, what can we do that's going to bring Disney and Cirque kind of more aligned? You know what I mean? Like and create something that is still uniquely Cirque, but also has something for the Disney fans. But they're these cute little men who carry these huge trash cans on their back, and they are the minions of mishesitation. They are the embodiment of self-doubt. And they're done by our rhythmic gymnastics team. You can see they kind of hide in the trash that's on their back, and so like the Dudkovskis, when they walk around, look like they're about this big, but they're being puppeteered.
When the show premiered, my mom saw the show, and after the show, I went to the hotel to meet them, and I was like, hey, how was the show? And she was like, where did you guys hire all those little people? What little people? And she was like, you know the little ones that were running around the... I was like, those are grown men inside of a basket. We don't have little people in the show. She was like, they look exactly like little people. I'm like, nope, not at all. That's not what's happening at all. But there's a technician for each person to get into those. And so if you want a little fun fact, those trash cans were actually created by somebody that Cirque found on social media, on Instagram, and they saw it, and whatever original version it was, they saw it. I don't even think they knew what they were going to do with it, but they bought the intellectual property of it from that person, and so when they bought it, they decided to create them into the trash cans that they are in now. And so now there's a technician. The guys will wear the pants of the Dudkovskis because they have a costume look as well. They'll wear the pants and the shoes. The person will give them their puppet. They step into the puppet. There's like a little waistband, in a sense, that goes around them, and they'll have one arm that's completely free, and the other arm will be part of holding up the process for them. And so they stick their arm into that, and then their puppet hangs. They go into their trash can. There's like a little Velcro seat situation. It's swung over, Velcro closed. Their hand, there's a hole inside, so everybody's either a right hand or a lefty inside of the thing. So one of their free hand will come out, tuck under. There's a magnet for the puppet that will tuck under as well. And then there's like a little handheld for the head of the puppet that goes inside. And then they'll go and they're moving it around, and it just looks like a person.
It looks like a tiny little man carrying a very big trash can.
The guys are so precise because of what they do as their profession. They can go out there and do all kinds of what you'll see if you've seen the show before. They can move and manipulate and dance around in that puppet out on the stage without, any kind of like prompting. They know exactly where they're going.
So if you have a tracker dot on, it'll actually light up on the screen. So every performer who wears them on their person to make sure that they can be projection mapped and they can be tracked by the moving light, it goes into this TV, moves around, and make sure that all of them are lighting up and being received, because if they're being received here, then they're being received by the dozens of cameras that are also pointed out on the stage. Thank you for joining us. Right this way. All right, y'all ready? I know. All right, we're going up. Come on, we're good. All right, we're going to give you the gag. Oop, there it is, the lobby. Back to reality, everyone. Thank you. And I just want to take a moment to thank you so much. This is my first time giving the tour, so I'm... thank you.